Hey, welcome. Today we're going to look at something truly incredible from Alevi Bektashi culture, the Teslim Tashi, or what's known as the submission stone. And trust me, it is so much more than just a piece of jewelry. It's like a whole universe of meaning that's worn right around the neck. So, let me just start with this question. What if a single necklace could represent your entire philosophy? I mean everything. Your faith, your view of life, your own personal journey. Well, that is exactly what this stone does. So let's dive in and see how.
Okay, first things first. We have to understand its core purpose. The name itself, the submission stone, tells you everything you need to know. It's all about a deep personal declaration of commitment.
So what is it really? Well, the Teslim Tashi is a huge symbol for anyone entering the Alevi Bektashi spiritual path. It's a physical representation of their complete submission, or teslimiyet, not just to God, but to the entire path and all of its principles. It's worn around the neck, right? But this isn't for show. It's a constant physical reminder of your responsibility to put God at the center of your life, not your own ego. And it even has this amazing dual symbolism. The inner face, the one that touches your skin, represents the inner esoteric truth of Hazrat Ali. The outer face, the one the world sees, represents the outward guidance of the Prophet Muhammad.
Now let's get to its most obvious feature. I mean, you can't help but notice that the stone isn't just a circle. It's got 12 very distinct corners. And believe me, every single one of them tells a part of the story. 12. This number is the absolute key. It's not random, not at all. It's the entire foundation for what this stone is all about. You see, each of those 12 corners directly represents one of the 12 imams, who are seen as the spiritual successors to the Prophet Muhammad. This sacred lineage, it all starts with Haz Ali, then his sons Hassan and Hussein, and it continues right on from there.
And the lineage continues, all the way down to the 12th and final imam, Muhammad Mehdi. So when someone wears this stone, it's a direct pledge of allegiance to the path laid out by these 12 figures. A path that's always been defined by fighting for justice and being a voice for the oppressed.
But wait, the symbolism doesn't even stop at the corners. The whole thing is just packed with meaning. The stone you see at the top, that represents the holy lineage that continues through his Hassan. The one at the bottom, that's the lineage through his Hussein. And that single knot way down at the very end, that symbolizes the 14th century poet Nasimi, who was martyred for his beliefs. It's a powerful reminder of sacrifice. Okay, so the stone connects you to this sacred history, to the path of the imams. But how do you actually walk that path in your everyday life? Well, this is where the stone really transforms from a symbol of heritage into a daily guide for your own personal conduct, a pledge of your own character.
Anyone wearing this stone is making a really important threefold pledge. It's often summed up as be master of your hand, your tongue, and your waist. And the point is crucial. Your hand, El, will not be used for tyranny or to harm anyone. Your tongue, Dil, will not speak words that hurt or divide. And your waist, Bel, which really symbolizes your worldly desires, will not bend toward things that are forbidden.
And this idea is captured perfectly in this quote from the great saint Haji Bektash. It gets to a core belief of the Alevi Bektashi path. They value hal, that's an authentic state of being, of action, of service, way more than laf, which is just empty talk. So the stone is a constant reminder. Don't just talk the talk, you have to live it.
All right, now we're going to go even deeper. This brings us to the most profound philosophical layer of all, the idea of the emanet, or the divine trust, and this incredible journey of the human soul from a raw state to a perfected one.
Think about it like this. The stone itself doesn't just pop out of the earth perfectly shaped, right? A master has to carefully work it and shape it, and that is a perfect metaphor for the human soul. We all start out as kind of raw, unshaped stones, but through spiritual education, through discipline, we can be shaped into our most beautiful, perfected form.
And this whole idea is rooted directly in the Quran, which says that humanity was created in ahsani taqwim, the best possible form or stature. So that potential for perfection, it's already inside of us. We just have to work to realize it. So why is this journey so critical? Well, because humanity accepted a profound, almost terrifying responsibility that no other part of creation would dare to take on. It's called the divine trust, the imanet.
The Quran tells us that this trust was offered to the heavens, the earth, the mountains, and they all said, no way. They refused. They were afraid of its weight. Only humanity, who's described as unjust and ignorant in our raw, unshaped state, was bold enough, or maybe foolish enough, to accept it.
So what is this trust anyway? It's the divine spirit itself.
It's that breath of God that transforms a person from being like a hard stone into a vessel that carries this sacred divine potential. And really, the entire Alevi Bektashi path is about learning how to become worthy of carrying that trust.
And this brings us right to the ultimate goal of the whole journey. See, it's not enough to just have this divine spark inside you. The real work is to refine yourself, to become what's known as an insane kamil, the perfect human.
In this philosophy, there's a big difference between a besher, that's the biological, physical human, kind of like our outer skin, and the insani kamil, the perfected person whose inner self, their true self, has been completely realized and polished.
And probably one of the most powerful metaphors for this whole process is that of a mirror. The idea is that God created humanity to be a mirror, a way to reflect divine beauty and truth back into the world. But that leads to the crucial question, what kind of mirror are you? This table just lays it out so brilliantly. A convex mirror, the kind that makes everything look smaller. That's like the person who's all about appearances, totally focused on the outside but spiritually empty on the inside. Then you have the concave mirror, the one that makes things look bigger. That's the ego-driven person, totally lost in self-importance, looking at themselves in a giant's mirror. The goal is to become a flat, smooth mirror, totally unbent with no distortion, reflecting the truth exactly as it is. That is the state of the perfect human. And so we end up right back where we started, with a question that takes this ancient symbol and turns it into a very personal challenge. The Teslim Tashi is a guide. It's a pledge. It's a map for the soul's journey. And it asks its wearer, and really all of us, if you are a mirror, what do you reflect?